What if Brazil's biggest hidden weakness heading toward the 2026 World Cup is not the attack? Not the midfield, but the fullback positions that once made the Seleção unstoppable. For years, Brazilian fans have proudly watched legendary fullbacks dominate world football. But now, one uncomfortable question refuses to go away. Why is Brazil still struggling to find consistent, reliable performances at right back and left back? And more importantly, who are the fixed starters when the World Cup finally arrives? Today, we break down the real situation, the emerging solutions, and the players who could either solve Brazil's defensive puzzle or deepen the concern even further. Let's start with the right back position, where the situation remains fluid but extremely interesting. Under Carlo Ancelotti's expected tactical approach, there is a strong possibility that Eder Militao could be tested in the right back role. While many fans naturally see Militao as a central defender, his defensive intelligence, pace, and positional awareness make him a very intriguing option on the right side of defense. If Ancelotti chooses to start Militao there, the immediate benefit is obvious. Brazil's defensive line becomes significantly more solid. Imagine a back line where Gabriel Magalhães partners Marquinhos in central defense, with a disciplined left back on one side and Militao locking down the right flank. In that setup, the midfield would face less defensive pressure because the back line itself would provide stronger protection. It is a more conservative but highly stable structure, exactly the kind of balance Ancelotti often prefers in big tournaments. However, the big follow-up question remains. If Militao starts at right back, who becomes the natural backup? At the moment, the most logical and widely expected answer is Vanderson. In fact, there is even a realistic scenario where Vanderson could start ahead of Militao, depending on form, fitness, and tactical needs. Nothing is fully locked yet, and that uncertainty is exactly what makes this position so fascinating to watch in the coming months. One thing working strongly in Vanderson's favor is his recent form. After a difficult performance against Real Madrid earlier in the season, a match many fans labeled as a disaster, he has responded in the best possible way. Match after match, the AS Monaco fullback has been delivering increasingly confident performances. Most recently, he once again impressed with a high-energy display for Monaco, reminding everyone why Europe's top clubs continue to monitor him closely. What makes Vanderson particularly valuable is his explosive mobility. He can make aggressive, overlapping runs, recover quickly in defensive transitions, and maintain high intensity for long stretches of the game. His speed is not just useful in attack, it is equally important in defensive recovery, which modern fullbacks absolutely must master. This is where the comparison with Wesley becomes very interesting. Wesley certainly possesses attacking qualities and can push forward effectively as a traditional wingback. However, his biggest limitation is recovery speed when tracking back defensively. Many players can surge forward, but the real challenge at the highest level is recovering position when possession is lost. Vanderson, by contrast, offers a much more balanced profile. He is not just an attacking wingback. He combines forward thrust with defensive discipline. That two-way balance is precisely what separates him and makes coaches trust him in high-pressure matches. It is no surprise, then, that several elite European clubs, including Real Madrid and Barcelona, have reportedly kept an eye on his development. But there is one major concern that continues to follow Vanderson: injuries. Fitness has been the single biggest obstacle preventing him from fully cementing his place, both at club level and with Brazil. If, and this is a big if, he can stay fully fit and maintain his current performance level, there is very little doubt that Vanderson will be on the plane to the 2026 World Cup. His skill set simply fits too well with what modern Brazil needs from the right back position. Now, shifting to the left side, Brazil may actually have a quietly promising situation developing, especially thanks to Caio Henrique's impressive performances for Monaco. In fact, Brazil are somewhat fortunate that both Vanderson and Caio Henrique play together at the same club and regularly start in the same defensive line. This chemistry matters more than many people realize. When fullbacks are already accustomed to each other's movement patterns at club level, Their coordination for the national team often becomes smoother and more natural. Match after match for Monaco, this duo has shown solid understanding, consistent positioning, and strong two-way contribution. Their regular good performances are encouraging signs for Brazilian fans who have been worried about the fullback situation. If both players can maintain this rhythm, Brazil may finally approach a major tournament without the traditional anxiety surrounding the wide defensive areas. That said, there is still an important tactical debate, especially regarding the left-back role. While Caio Henrique has impressed, many analysts believe Carlo Ancelotti may still prefer a more defensively reliable option in certain high-stakes matches. This is where Alex Sandro's experience could become extremely valuable. Caio Henrique, much like Wesley on the opposite flank, naturally leans toward an attacking mindset. He is excellent going forward, comfortable in build-up play, and capable of delivering dangerous crosses. But in knockout tournament football, defensive stability often becomes the priority. Because of this, there's a very realistic scenario where Alex Sandro remains part of the World Cup picture, particularly in matches where Brazil expects to face elite attacking opponents. Ancelotti is known for valuing defensive balance, especially in tournament settings where one mistake can end a campaign. So while Caio Henrique represents the future and offers attacking quality, Alex Sandro may still have an important role to play as the more conservative option. Looking at the bigger picture, Brazil's full-back depth could shape up like this. On the right side, Vanderson and Militao competing for the starting role. On the left side, Caio Henrique providing attacking energy with Alex Sandro offering defensive security. Interestingly, Vanderson and Caio Henrique have already demonstrated that when they play together, their combination works smoothly. Their chemistry at Monaco is a major positive that Brazil could benefit from. But there is one critical factor that will ultimately decide everything, and that is fitness consistency. Talent is not the main concern for Brazil right now. Availability is. Since Carlo Ancelotti began shaping the team's future direction, the Seleção have been repeatedly disrupted by injuries. Just as one player returns, another seems to drop out. As a result, the coaching staff has rarely had the opportunity to work with a fully healthy defensive unit. For Brazil to truly stabilize the full-back positions before the World Cup, Vanderson and Caio Henrique must maintain their fitness levels and continue delivering consistent performances throughout the club season. If they can stay healthy and carry their current form forward, Brazil could finally regain the reliability in wide defense that has been missing in recent years. All eyes now turn toward the upcoming high-profile matches against France and Croatia. These games could serve as crucial additions for multiple players in the defensive unit. If Vanderson and Caio Henrique reproduce the kind of performances they recently delivered for Monaco, performances many observers described as truly top-class and even mind-blowing, they could take a massive step toward locking down their roles in Brazil's World Cup plans. For now, the situation remains open, competitive, and full of intrigue. Brazil may not yet have fully solved the fullback puzzle, but for the first time in a while, there are genuine reasons for optimism. The pieces are there. The talent is emerging. The chemistry is building. Now it is simply a matter of staying fit, staying consistent, and proving on the biggest stages that Brazil's wide defense can once again become a position of strength rather than uncertainty.